My name is Nicole Marcia, and I work at Langara College continuing studies in the yoga program. I'm the interim program coordinator there, as well as one of the instructors. I'm also a yoga therapist, and today I wanted to share a practice with you to support you if you're spending a lot of time seated, in particular at a desk. This is a 15-minute practice. We'll be moving through breathing, through grounding, through some of the physical forms of the practice, and then we'll move into a very brief stillness practice. Keep in mind, if we come into a form or a technique that doesn't feel right for you, you can always just leave it aside and do your own thing. As you're ready, the invitation is to come to a comfortable seated place a little bit closer to the edge of your chair, so that your feet are in firm contact with the floor and you have a little bit of space behind your back. Hands can come to rest wherever you like, and your eyes could be open or closed. In your own time, dropping into some slow, full breaths in and out through your nose, deepening your inhale and lengthening your exhale. Slow, full breaths, deep inhales and long exhales if you choose. And to begin our grounding together, you could start out by dropping your awareness down and noticing where your feet are making contact with the floor. And you could notice this contact either by keeping your feet still or moving them a little bit, lifting heels, lifting toes, your choice. Stillness or movement, noticing where your feet make contact with the floor. And then from here, in your own time, you could start to bring your awareness up. You could notice where your sitting bones are making contact with the support of the chair. And again, you might notice the support by exploring a bit of movement or in stillness. So, if you're exploring movement, that might look like shifting weight forward and back or side to side. Maybe noticing pressure shifting across your sitting bones. And then when you're ready, you can bring your awareness to the top of your head, lengthening up a little here through the top of your head, supporting a tall spine as you breathe. We could start to introduce a bit of movement to practice by starting out with some torso circles. So shifting your torso to the side, forward, to the side, and then back around. And remember, this may be a small movement or it might be a broader one, depends on what feels right for your body and also the kind of chair that you're in, of course. Changing the direction of those circles anytime you like. An invitation now to come to a tall spine. With your exhale, you could release your chin towards your chest, bringing a bit of a stretch here into some of the muscles of the back of your neck. And from here, rolling your chin over to your left shoulder, tracking your chin back down across your chest and over to the right. So this is the invitation for movement, tracking your chin across your chest to one shoulder and then back to the other. And this is in order to support a bit of a stretch in some of the muscles in the back of your neck, your upper back as well. Yeah, and then if you feel called to, you can start to explore some full circles here. So tilting your chin up, over and around. Being mindful here, just not to let your head drop too far back. That can create a little compression in the back of your neck. So full circles, but working with the intention to keep the back of your neck long. Changing the direction of these circles anytime you like. Coming back to center. From here, you could release your arms down alongside your body. With your next inhale, circling arms up overhead. With an exhale, releasing arms back down alongside your body, linking the movement of your body with your breath. For 4, inhaling, exhaling to release. 3, 2, and 1 more here with an inhale, circling your arms up. This time, as you exhale, preparing to come to a turn to the right. Left hand could come to right thigh, and then this right hand could come to your waist, maybe the back or the seat of the chair. Depends on what feels most comfortable for you. With an inhale, lengthening through the crown of your head, and then with an exhale, turning to look as far over your right shoulder as you like. Now your hand that's on your leg can support creating as much or as little leverage as you want to create. So you can come as far into this form as you wish. And we can take a couple breaths here together. 2. And 1. With your next exhale, returning to center. Again, you could use the inhale, circling your arms up, nice and wide here. And then as you exhale, taking a turn to the left. Right hand to left knee, and then your left hand could come to your waist, the seat of the chair or backrest. With an inhale, lengthening. With an exhale, turning. Eyes open or closed. And then as you take a few deep breaths here, you might notice that there's a difference in sensation or experience from one side to the other. With your next exhale, coming on back to center. You could release your arms now down alongside your body and start to explore some circles with your shoulders. Any direction, some broad circles with your shoulders. And changing the direction of those circles anytime. And when you're ready, coming back to center, you could separate your feet a little bit wider apart in preparation for the next form, which is an invitation to explore forward fold. Feet separated a little bit wider apart. Elbows could come to rest on your thighs and you could release the weight of your head. If you're curious about a second variation of forward fold, you could take hold of your elbows and release down between your knees. Another variation that you might be curious about exploring is actually lifting your sitting bones up away from the chair and coming into standing forward fold. So consider as you breathe, in whatever variation you're in, releasing the weight of your head. You might be resting or holding your elbows, or you might release your hands and letting them drape towards the floor. You could release any tension that you notice in your shoulders, in the muscles of your face, your jaw. Deep inhales and long exhales here. Yeah, and if you have your sitting bones lifted away from the chair now, you could slowly, carefully release your sitting bones back down onto the seat of the chair. And then again, slow as you like, good gradual rolling up, stacking the vertebrae one by one, a gradual rolling up to a tall seated place on an inhale, circling arms up. You could interlace your fingers here. Index fingers extended, thumbs crossed, and with an exhale, come for a side bend. over to the right. Maybe working with an intention here of keeping both sides of the body long. With your next inhale, you could come back to center. With your next exhale, you could release over to the other side. And we could take a few breaths here together. As you inhale, returning to center, consider now releasing your arms down about shoulders height, pausing. Bringing your thumbs in towards your palms, wrapping fingers, and then when you're ready, starting to roll your wrists in circles. Changing the direction of your circles when it feels right for you. Releasing your hands all the way back down now onto your knees in preparation for the next form. From here on an exhale, rounding your spine, rounding your shoulders, releasing your chin towards your chest. With your inhale, lengthening your spine, drawing your sternum forward, tilting your chin up and looking up. So this is the invitation for flow. Exhaling to round. Inhaling to lengthen, to draw forward and look up. And you could continue to flow in this way. In order to give you another view of the flow, I'm going to be turning my body to the side. You can keep practicing right where you are if you wish. So this would look like an exhale to round, and an inhale to lift and lengthen. Yeah, and then if you like, you could flow for 2. And 1. When you're ready, coming back to a neutral spine. From here, drawing your right knee in towards you. So you could draw your thigh in pretty close towards your torso. Consider sitting up with a pretty tall spine here, and then starting to roll your right foot in circles. You could roll your right foot in circles and then change the direction of those circles anytime. From here, keeping this right leg drawn up, but shifting your hands so the fingers are interlaced behind your thigh. From here, linking the movement of your body with your breath. On an inhale, straightening your right leg. On an exhale, to bend. Inhaling, straightening your right leg, pressing your heel forward, exhaling to bend. 2. And 1. From here, transitioning towards the other side. Drawing your left knee in, interlacing fingers. You can sit up tall here as you draw your thigh in close to your torso. Starting to roll your left foot in circles. Tuning into how this feels, any sensation, whatever experience you notice, and then starting to change the direction of those circles anytime. You can shift your hands now, interlacing your fingers behind your left thigh, inhaling to straighten, exhaling to bend. 3, 2, and 1. From here, you could release the form, bringing your hands to rest wherever you like. Consider taking a deep inhale through your nose and a long exhale through your mouth. letting go of any kind of intentional breathing, and letting your breath come naturally down. And if you wish, you might take a moment just to set a brief intention for yourself here in the pause, an intention to take into the rest of your day. And I thank you for sharing your yoga practices with me, and I look forward to practicing with you again.